skinny, and you're white.
What?
Hello everyone, welcome to our show today. My name is John Drummond.
And I'm Charlie Eaton.
We have a great episode for you today with our good friend Sasha. Are you ready for today's episode?
Sure.
Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
Hello everyone, welcome to our show today. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Hao En. I am joined by the ever handsome and continuing to age like fine wine. He's getting handsomer by the day. He is a German actor, director, screenwriter, model, athlete, and so much more. So everyone, please welcome my good friend, Sasha.
Everyone, thanks for having me.
Yeah, brother.
You're making me sound like I'm amazing.
Well, you are amazing,
Oh, no.
and I am grateful to know you and get to know you more over the years.
不知道大家刚刚有没有顺便学了一些英文？其实刚刚 John 他在开场白的时候，他的英文就很值得我们学习。称赞人是我们聊天破冰最好的开场白。谁不喜欢被称赞？一般我们看到帅哥美女，我们就会跟他说 "You're so handsome, you're so beautiful, you look young, you're old." No, we don't say that. 我们一般不会说人老。如果看到一个成年男子，我们可能会说你看起来很成熟 "You look mature." John 他在介绍少侠的时候，他用的是 the ever handsome， 非常非常帅，从古至今最帅那种帅的帅哥。那当然比单单用 you're handsome 来的强的很多。你看，要让一个德国人笑得这么开心，还真的很不容易。然后他再接着说 ，continuing to age like fine wine, he's getting more handsome by the day， 就是说持续的像美酒一样的陈年，他一天比一天更帅。你看，一般我们遇到大叔、熟男，我们只会说他成熟。但是 John 竟然把人比喻的跟陈年美酒一样，越陈越帅，还不赶快学起来？当然，如果我们用在女生身上，我们就可以说 the ever beautiful, the ever gorgeous， 非常美的。后面也可以改成是 continuing to age like fine wine, she's getting more elegant by the day。持续的就像美酒一样陈年，它每天都更加的高雅。得体的称赞人，绝对可以帮助大家很快交到新朋友。
And if you don't mind, my good friend, can we do the same backtracking to where did this incredible language journey begin? Because your accent is, like I said, better than mine. And you are a German native speaker. So where did this American English accent begin?
I was 16 or 17. I made some chat friends on AOL.
AOL.
Very, like, we're old. Maybe our audience doesn't really know what that
I
is.
don't
But
think
back
so.
then, when people just started getting used to the internet, there were chat rooms where you talk to strangers online. And I like to talk to American people because I liked English and I wanted to practice, and talked about basketball, for example. And so that's how I really started writing and reading more English privately. And then we also had that function that you could send like voice messages back then. Mm-hmm. And so my chat friends would sometimes send me voice messages online, and I would listen to their accents and be like, I don't really understand what they're saying. How do I get better? So I used to repeat and repeat and repeat and try to emulate what they were doing. Back then, internet wasn't as convenient as it is now. There was less video footage online because it was so slow.
Right.
So I just read as much as I could, and yeah, then when I was 20, I came to Taiwan, and my English improved much, much more after coming to Taiwan because I used it more than I used it in Germany. Because in Germany, I usually still use German.
Sure.
With my family, at least, right? And in Taiwan, I used mostly English.
Yeah, well, I think because he is so humble, I will say it is still such an accomplishment. And the way you kind of were training yourself maybe you were not even aware of those steps. You were just like, oh, I think I should do this. And maybe I'm noticing these little differences between British English and American English, and actually that was progressing your learning. So I think that's incredible. If you could go back in time and talk to a younger Sasha, would there be any advice you give yourself on language or life?
So language advice to my younger self: don't doubt your ability to learn. Because when I came to Taiwan and I started learning Chinese, I had friends who had been learning for longer than I had. And when I listened to them speak, I was impressed but also scared, because I thought, there's no way I can speak as well as they do within that short amount of time. Because I had been studying for 6 months, I had been studying for a year and a half, and they were way, way, way better than I was. And I thought it's impossible for me to get there. They said, don't worry, you'll get there. But I was impatient and I was frustrated. But then a year later, when I was at a point where I studied as long as they had, I was even better than they were. So it's really just don't doubt yourself. Just find a good method that works and just stick with it. And don't be impatient. You will get there. Just repeat. Consistency is the key. Really be consistent.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, so just be more confident is my advice to my younger self, and be optimistic.
Beautiful. Well, that is some good advice. And as humble as he is, I think you have really applied those things and are really shining now in language and in life. So
Sasha 他分享自己当初学英文的起源、动机，还有他在那个网络没有那么便捷的年代是怎么帮自己创造了一个英语环境。他还提到了一个非常重要听力口说训练的关键，那就是重复、再重复，不断的模仿、复习，再加上他来到台湾以后大量的口语应用，让他的英语听力口说不断的进步。
You were here to study in Taiwan, but you entered the entertainment industry. Why?
Oh, why?
Why?
Actually,
Right to it.
the why, my answer is going to sound very bad. Why? Because I didn't know what else to do.
Hey.
Okay, that sounds like a very, I had no direction. So I never had any dreams of doing anything when I was growing up. Actually, I wanted to be an NBA player, but that was not in the cards for me. So other than that, I didn't have any dreams at all.
Yeah.
All I did was playing basketball or going to the gym and playing video games. That's all I ever did basically growing up. And but I studied business in Taiwan because I thought, okay, if I speak English, German, and Chinese, and couple that with business, I would have a lot of career opportunities.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't really want to work as a business person.
Yeah.
That was not really what I wanted to do. Because every job I ever had up until I became an entertainer it didn't make me happy at all. I actually felt quite depressed working. I always thought I was a lazy person. I hated work. That's what I always believed. And so then I finally got the opportunity to work in the entertainment industry. And I just tried it because I needed some money and I wanted to try something.
It's a good reason to
And
try.
so I met an agent at a gym.
Yeah.
And he asked me if I wanted to be in a music video.
Yeah.
And
Music video.
yeah. And I actually had turned on another opportunity 5 years prior to that,
Right.
when I was 22.
That's right.
They asked me to host a travel show in Taiwan, and I turned it down because I thought it wasn't for me, because I was very shy. I was very, very shy back then. And I thought I couldn't do it well, because they wanted me to introduce stuff that I was not familiar with. So I just turned it down. And so 5 years later, I get another opportunity. I was like, okay, actually, I should try something, because I don't want to work in an office. What can I do with my life? I'll just try being this music video now because I got this offer. And then I realized I like acting, even though it wasn't really difficult or in-depth acting. It was just, I was an extra in a music video. But even that little bit, I enjoyed so much that then I was really hoping that I could get more opportunities to do that more in the future, and it turned out.
Sasha 他说到，他年轻的时候唯一有过的梦想就是到 NBA 去打篮球，但后来发现梦想跟现实还有一段距离。他说 ，Actually, I wanted to be an NBA player, but that was not in the cards for me. 听到这边，我实在太有感了。想当年，我也是抱着去 NBA 的梦想到美国去念书，可是后来发现 随便街头篮球一个路人就把我给打了。如果我们想要表达不可能、不会发生，一般我们会说 "It's impossible", "It's never gonna happen"。但少侠他用的 "Not in the cards" 这样的用法，其实是一个非常生动的成语用法。其实它也就是不可能发生的意思。这边的 "in the cards", 那个 cards 指的是塔罗牌的卡片。19世纪的时候，欧美他们喜欢用塔罗牌来占卜未来，他们相信他们的未来会显现在这些塔罗牌的卡片上。所以如果说某件事情 in the cards 或者是 on the cards， 那就代表它非常有可能会发生。反过来说，如果 not in the cards, not on the cards， 那就代表它不太可能会发生。在这里 in the cards, on the cards 代表都是一样的意思。
My man, I'm curious. You were saying 二分之一强 really kind of projected you to where you are now. So how did that all begin?
Well, at that time I was 29. Yes, 29, and I just graduated from grad school in Taiwan, and I was looking for a job, and I applied to like 30 different companies, I think.
30 different.
And I didn't get a single reply.
No.
Not a single one.
Not even thanks for applying?
Nothing. And
Cold.
yeah. So I was on my way out of Taiwan because I couldn't find any jobs here. And suddenly I get this phone call from Arfinjiqiang that they said they were looking for foreigners. And I was like, for what exactly? It's like a panel show where foreigners talk about life. And I didn't know that existed. And they said they needed them weekly.
Yeah.
And the show would air every day. And I was super excited because I didn't know that foreigners could do that in Taiwan. And I immediately said, yes, I want to do it. And that took me out of my misery and allowed me to stay in Taiwan. And unexpectedly, the show took off, and it's been running for over 5 years now.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how my career really started in Taiwan.
Nice. So because of that show, you've had now the opportunity to kind of explore a lot of different options with what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I know you are a big fan of writing and actually directing your own work.
Yeah.
So can we have a little preview of anything that might be coming in 2020 or further?
Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I filmed a short film called Dark Web.
Take notes, everyone.
Yeah, that was a very long process, and because it's an independent short film, and it was very arduous to do the whole thing. A lot of trouble shooting that I had to fix myself. I'm going to publish it very soon, probably on YouTube. I filmed another one called Cram School, which is a comedy.
Cram School.
I'm really excited about that one. That went a lot smoother, I think. And I'm trying to get that into film festivals, and I'm going to publish it at some point, probably early next year, because I have to do a film festival run first and see if it can get in. And after that, I'm going to publish it, and that's about, it's a satire basically about cram school culture in Taiwan.
Yeah, the cram school culture, the busibat.
Yeah. So it's a comedy that makes light of foreigners in Taiwan, also Taiwanese cram school bosses. And basically, I did these things to showcase what I want to do, what I can do, because I also write scripts. So I wrote the scripts for these films, and I directed Cram School in hopes that I can get noticed in the U.S. a little bit more. And because I also I wrote a TV show pilot, a 30-minute script that I hope I can produce and get made in the U.S. That would be a more international production about foreigners in Taiwan. And I hope I can get that done.
Man, that is quite a... So you are building that resume now.
All right， 听完 Sasha 的故事以后，大家有没有觉得真的很励志？在他明星光环的背后，其实他成长的过程跟大家一样，也不知道将来到底要做什么。还好，幸运之神眷顾了他，在他找工作失败这么多次以后，终于让他顺利的进入演艺事业。
Do you remember any kind of cultural differences, maybe like funny translations or anything that frustrates you or challenges you still with all the languages?
The funny part about learning a language is you don't just learn the language, you also have to learn the mentality.
Take notes of that, kids.
So even if you know all the words and you can translate every word directly, it doesn't mean that you can speak the language like a native speaker, because the way words are used or slang doesn't always translate one-to-one.
Yeah, maybe different cultural references and stuff.
Just because you can say something in your own language and you can translate it doesn't mean it makes sense in the other language. For example, in Taiwan, people like white skin and being skinny.
You look skinny?
Skinny?
And you're white.
Yeah, I'm white.
西方人的审美观跟我们亚洲人其实不太一样，他们更崇尚自然美，古铜色的皮肤、健壮的身材，对他们来说更像是一种称赞。你说到 skinny and white， 其实你不是在称赞他，更像是你在嘲笑他的身材。如果他的身材好，我们可以说 You look so fit, you're athletic, you are toned, you are in shape。如果他的皮肤好，你可以说 Your skin is glowing, you have perfect skin complexion, you've got flawless skin. Wait, 我不确定 flawless skin 是不是可以用在男生身上，没关系 ，Let's up。
No days off, I see.
What's
up, buddy? How are you?
Yo, hey, buddy, I have a question for you. You know, the other day I was at the gym and I tried to compliment my one of my male friends, and I tried to tell him that you have flawless skin. Would that be appropriate if I say something like that?
Good question, Charlie.
Right.
So I would say not safe anymore because flawless has become more of a feminine energy word. I'd say, feminine word because of all the single ladies.
I know that.
Beyonce. So Beyonce had a song a few years ago called Flawless.
Right,
And
right.
this was about strong, powerful women who don't need a man. So the idea of this word in the cultural context of English has now become very feminine.
I see. So next time, what is a better way, or say like a safer way, if we want to say that?
Safety first, boys and girls.
Yep.
I would say healthy. Healthy is a very safe word for guys to use with girls, girls to use with girls, guys to use with guys. And it's just, it can be anything. You can use it for one specific thing, your skin, or the whole body and energy. So
I see.
Stick with healthy.
So next time when I see you, I should just say, "Hey, John, you look healthy."
Yeah, bro, thank you. I've been working out.
Nice, good job. Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome.
以后看到帅哥美女，想要用英文称赞他们，千万不要跟他们说你又白又瘦 ，skinny and white。要记得用对方法称赞他们，才会得到加分的效果。
If you're from Germany or from the US, you don't like to be skinny because to us, skinny is considered maybe unhealthy.
Right.
We like to
Sick
be
or ill.
in shape or slim, maybe. And instead of being white, you have a nice complexion or a tan even, you know. So in Taiwan, people would say, 你好白哦. And in English, they would say, you're so white, so good. I'm like, that doesn't really sound too nice, does it? Because I don't want to be pale, because being pale is considered unhealthy in Germany or in the US. Or they would say, you're so skinny. And actually, I'm going to the gym in order to not be skinny, because I'm naturally actually a very skinny person. My father was very, very skinny. So I started going to the gym at the age of 17 because I wanted to be fit and be muscular and in shape. So I'd rather prefer hearing, you're in shape or you're fit.
Yeah.
That would sound nice to me. When so many people say you're skinny, it's meant as a compliment, but because in Western culture, it's not seen that way. You cannot really translate it that way, even though, strictly speaking, the translation is correct. But because of different mentalities, you cannot say it that way.
Absolutely. And I am a victim of this because I am skinny and white. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this. I mean, look at this skin. I'm a ghost to most people. But I love that, and I totally can relate. And well said, my friend. I think breaking down that concept of, hey, that is correct English. Those words are correct.
Yeah.
But the way it's being used, we can do it better. My man, where can people find you on the World Wide Web so people can maybe follow along with your life?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just look for my German name, Sascha Heusermann, and Chinese 贺少侠 is 恭贺的贺，青少年的少，侠客的侠。
Beautiful. Alrighty, my man. Well, thank you again. And thank you for everyone for enjoying this company we have today, and hopefully you learned something along the way. We'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, everyone. That is our show today here on NG英文. We hope you enjoyed listening to that.
听完那么多精彩的故事，希望大家也学到很多英文的用法。
So, guys, don't forget, subscribe, like the channel.
也不要忘记告诉我们，下一次你希望看到哪一位艺人到我们的节目呢？
We'll see you all next time, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.